Hello there, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. We're back, Supermarket Simulator. Got a bit of bad news, though. So today, what I'm just going to do is redecorate the store, get things rearranged. This game is glitching out on me, and I don't know if it's my fault or the game's fault. My stock workers keep glitching out. Like, they'll be working fine, and then all of a sudden they'll just jam up in front of a station with the boxes in their hand. They won't do anything. And I'm losing my cashiers. One by one, they're just vanishing. And one time, I walked away. I had to go do something, so I just let the game run. And when I got back, there was a long line at the register right in front of the one I use. And there was no cashier. And he was there when I started the game. That's why I walked away. I closed my register. I put the E thing there. And he was there. All three of them were there. And then he was gone. And that has happened more than once. So again, is it because I don't have a great, awesome computer? Or is it the game? I don't know. But it's making me nervous because I can't do anything. I get so far and then I have to save the game, exit the game, wait a couple of minutes, go back in, restart. And if the guy's still not there, I have to do it again. I've fired and rehired twice, and it just keeps continuing to happen. So I really don't know what to do. It's kind of unplayable at this point. I do want to continue, but not if it's going to keep doing that. And it's not like I'm getting dozens or hundreds of views on these videos, so maybe it doesn't even matter. But I did want to see how far I could get. You'll notice in the top right corner, we're making finally some good money. I bought the third level 42 license, and that gave us those funky pops. So I have those now. But we can't do anything else with licenses until level 56. And I'm pretty sure we're only at level 47 right now. It's taken a while. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I just come in here? Because I would like to reconfigure the stockroom as well. And I thought I would start here in the store. Hopefully make it look a little bit bigger. And it didn't exactly turn out that way, but that's all right. I kept telling myself too, maybe you could buy more shelves, more freezers. But I already have shelves with nothing on them. And I could probably double up on some of the stock. But that does take away from my time in the store. And what I have ended up becoming is a stock supervisor. I order the stuff. I bring it into the stock room. I shelve it all. And by the time I'm done, it's already after 6 o'clock. And it's not that I mind it that much, it's just that I'm having trouble noticing what's going on. Now that's the other thing. I did spend 3 in-game days just standing in a corner watching everybody because I keep getting those overpriced notifications at the end of the day. 3 people thought something was too expensive, 4 people thought something was too expensive. You used to get a message over their head that was readable. And then when they checked out on their way out the door, the message appeared again. That's not happening anymore either. I'm not seeing anything. Nobody is saying anything, and yet every time I end the day, there's that message there. Now, I think I've mentioned it in earlier videos. I have no idea what effect that has on you or the gameplay. I don't know the negative ramifications. I haven't experienced any yet. So it might be something I could ignore. But if it does mean that less shoppers are coming into your store, that could be a little detrimental, and why I'm not making as much money as I think I should be making with the amount of items in my store at the moment. I get a lot. There are a lot of people here, but, well, yeah. They're only buying like 2 and 3 items. So that is another issue. And the strange thing is, I think I had a much easier time of it the first time I played this. And that could just be I wasn't anxious about making a recording. I was just playing the game to play it, and I did it on my own time. There were no deadlines and, well, I got to get something out on YouTube. That could have been the case, but I'm not sure that it would have mattered or would have made a difference. My stackers are giving me a hard time here, but it's my fault. I keep forgetting to empty the shelves when I go to move things. And as far as this goes, I want to continue to keep the items together. Bread with bread, cereal with cereal, flour with flour. That doesn't work all the time, because that powdered sugar there, I've got to figure out a way to get it with the others, but then that would make 5, so 1 would be off anyway. There's 2 or 3 shelves that one has 5 and the other has 3 of the same items, and it makes it kind of difficult. And it might not be difficult. I'm just not figuring out a logical way to set it up. So that's why I thought I would do this as well. If I could just see what is actually there, I could get maybe a better idea of where things should go. But it's this part of the game, I don't mind it. I have a lot of fun. I'm just checking to see what he's going to do. Can't have it. Yeah, so that was my thought. But then I'm like, well, where is he going to put the bread? I don't remember. But there just wasn't enough. You need 4 more on that shelf. So I just keep forgetting. You got to stay 2 steps ahead of your stackers, or they're going to come behind you and ruin your work. So yeah, we need level 56 to get our next licenses. I don't remember what those include, but I think it might be more freezer items. Not sure. Not really sure, because we have all of our meats. We got the extra pop. I'm not sure what's left. I noticed that some people who are playing this game, they got as far as the books, and the books are so cute. But we, I believe, would need to expand first, because to get all those shelves in there, I'm just not seeing it. I think that we're starting to get very crowded here. But I hope I mentioned earlier that I do have 3 free shelves at the moment. 3 of them have nothing on it. So maybe we could afford to get a couple more without having to come up with, I'm pretty sure I added it all up and it's 47 something or 48,000 something to expand the back 3 walls. And then you got to do it again on the other side. But the thing that is confusing me there as well is the stock room. I feel like it can get larger. If the store gets larger, the stockroom will get larger. I just cannot remember how that worked out. So that I would have to wait and see as well. But if this silly game is going to keep acting up on me, I just don't see the point in continuing. Which is a disappointment, I'll tell you that much. I was hoping to get... I wanted to go all the way through. Like I said, I'm pretty... What are there? 68 licenses that you can get? Is that too many? I can't remember. It's quite a bit, though. So we'll need a huge store. I was hoping I could get that far, but not if the game is going to be acting kooky. I don't enjoy that. If it's not smooth playing. That's why I have a hard time with Cities Skylines. Part of the reason I stopped playing Cities Skylines is because Cities 2 came out and I knew everybody was going to dump Cities for Cities 2. Now I'm not so sure. I think some people are wanting to see good old-fashioned city building. Kind of like boycotting Cities 2. So I don't know, I could do that again as well. But you get to a point in that game and things just start acting up on you and there's not really much you can do to fix it. And that's frustrating. I hope I did these shelves okay. I'm pretty sure I did. I tried again to keep everything logically ordered, but I don't know if I did a good job. I also I open up the potatoes so there are 16 again instead of 8. And I wanted to leave enough space so I could put my cashiers back where they belong, where I wanted them at the window. But that was another thing I noticed. It's not so much the cashiers leaving space behind them at the window, as it is the closer you get to that door, the wackier things become. So as long as there's nothing in the way of that door, everything should work fine. So I pushed them down away from it as far as I could. And then my cash register on the other side of the door, I pushed that back as far as well. And I haven't had any wacky shenanigans going on with people standing outside the store buying stuff. That happened once as well. I think I chose to go 2 purple, 2 green TP. So I had to switch those around as well, but I forgot to take the stuff off the shelves. So now I gotta do that. What a mess on the floor. And another thing I wanted to mention, a couple episodes back, I am telling you, at the cash register, I saw I before E. RECIEVE. That's what I saw. And that's why I sang the little rhyme so that you would remember. And then as I was standing behind the register one of those times, just watching to see who, if anyone would say, this is too expensive. Of course, it never happened. But I just glanced down and I'm like, that's EI. So I hopped on the cash register and I got a closer look. And sure enough, it's spelled correctly. Just my dyslexic eyeballs deceiving me. So I apologize for that. I hope I didn't upset anyone. I didn't mean to. Do you know, I'm wondering, this guy refused to leave even after I sold the cash register? Maybe that's the issue. That's the glitch. But there are so many of them just cropping up, it's not funny anymore. I don't know. I'm getting worried. But I will try. I mean, I will go as far as I can before I really lose patience and say, that's it. I'm done. I can't play this game anymore. It's broken. For me, anyway. Because as I mentioned, I saw some YouTubers going as far as being able to buy books. And everything was fine. So it could just be my less than ideal computer that isn't as fancy schmancy great as others. Or it could just be the game. I'm going to leave both of those options up in the air for the time being. So I doubled up on the potatoes and I doubled up on the toilet paper. And I think it makes a little bit more sense. I put the potato chips with the candy. I forgot the chicken. No potatoes. I gotta go back and do that. It's always something, and it's always my fault. Stop forgetting. Yeah, that's not where you want them. You want them on their own shelf. Took me a minute. I'm like, what is going on? Nothing's marked. Why is he putting them there? Oh, it was frustrating. I want them to have their own shelf, and that's what I'm attempting to do. You gotta be quick. Oh, man. For something that is kind of slow, they're kind of fast as well. The game is grindy, I will give it that, and people have mentioned it as well. It's a lot of repetitive motion, and it's a daily grind to make enough money to expand, get more licenses, level up. But I don't know too many games that aren't that way. That's the whole point of the game. Is you continue playing so that you can level up and get new things. So I don't want to complain about that too much. I just worry about content. You know, if I knew what people wanted to see, I would record more of that and less of what I am currently recording, and I just don't know what that is. So it's a little hard for me to make decisions. What should I do? Where should I go next? How should I do this? So I'm trying. And I do hope those of you who are watching are enjoying it. I am having fun making the videos and the content. I just worry that it's not what people want to see. And I don't know what they want to see. Do you want to see me sitting behind the cash register? Do you want to see me just decorating and changing things up? I don't know. Do you just want to watch the shoppers come through? Now, this is another thing. This is occurring as well. Never happened before, and all of a sudden it's happening all the time. This used to be that if one of your stock people was grabbing something off a shelf that you already have in your hand, that would occur. You wouldn't be able to put the box down. But none of my stockers are doing anything. And yet, on occasion, I am unable to put a box on the ground because it just says I can't, and I don't know why. Oh, it's building up, and it's building up, and it's building up. But we'll see what happens. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's all right. I know I'm not supposed to talk about the weather, that's boring, but it's pretty wacky around here. It's going to be warm, and it's going to get really chilly. We're going to be in the 50s on Thursday and Friday of this week. The 50s. But you know what? It is spring. It happens. But I'm thinking with those volcanic eruptions that are occurring and the stuff is going so high into the atmosphere, we might end up having a bit of a gloomy gust kind of summer as a result. Yeah, I can get through there. I can walk on that side. And it doesn't really matter with AI. They'll do whatever they're supposed to do. They don't complain. But I figured I would make a way for them to zigzag in and out of the aisles. But I don't think it matters. And the chemicals, I wanted as far away, at least from me, as I could get them. I don't enjoy looking at them. But it is kind of messed up. I do have to rearrange a few more shelves to make it the way I would really like it to be. So I just bought this one to fill in the gap. And we'll put something there. I'm not sure what. So we do have a few spares. We still have that one extra freezer. But I'm telling you, it's weird because with the amount of stockers that I have, I don't have to be excessive with my inventory. They're on top of it. It's been a long time since I've had the item not in stock message. It's only happened a couple times, and that's because I knew we were running low, but I wanted to wait until it ran out so that I could either move it to another place or order 6 at a time. Yeah, see that white square there at the door? If you're too close to it, you might have an issue. So I tried to stay away as far away from it as I could, but he's not the problem cashier. It's the one behind us, next to my cash register. He's the one giving us a hard time. He keeps vanishing for whatever reason. Yeah, so I don't think this is too close to the door. And I can't see the bottom there to know what's going on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's okay. And then I do move it closer so that it lines up. See, so it's not that close to the door that it would cause problems. And these two are always there. So it's this guy here that I don't know what happened. I thought maybe I have him too close to the stockroom door. So I moved him again, and he just vanished. And that was the second time that happened. I did have him in this, see, there he is. I did have him in that corner. I'm like, hello down there. How's it going? So I brought him back to the other side. And I had to get my spare boxes out of the way because now there's really no room for my cash register. And I thought about it too. I'm like, should I just hire the 4th cashier? But if the 3rd one's glitching out, why would I hire a 4th one? But I am one more time going to rehire, save the game, exit, and go back in. See, he's there. And he was there when I started the game. And this is nowhere near the door. We can get through just fine. And this is how I had it set up the last time, and I had no problems. It's just that all of a sudden, I'm getting these weird glitchy errors, and I don't know why. And it's getting worse. But he is there. And I pressed open, and then I had to go. I went upstairs. I had to do something. And when I came back, he was gone. Second time that happened. And I don't want it to keep happening. Too many errors. So this is what my store looks like. I end up moving stuff down. Those are the cleaning products anyway. And then I was thinking, I'll just take the soap and the shampoo and move it down one shelf. And then this shelf can be for whatever new comes along, if it is indeed new and not something we already have on another shelf. So now I have to go and rearrange things to make it all match. But I think it looks okay. The lighting, I have not had to buy any new lights pods for a while. But it's probably because I have not expanded the store yet. So I'm not sure. Well, no, it didn't look too bad. You don't really need too many, as long as they're hitting a certain direction, especially if you're behind the cash register. You want it far enough behind you that everything is lit up so you can see the items nicely. But when it was nighttime, it did not look all that bad. I could move them around again, and I know, again, they're not evenly spaced, but I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think when we expand, I will concentrate much better on rowing the lights up and down in nice straight lines. Right now, I just don't think it matters. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end. I do hope you enjoyed this. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.